Hey everyone, Decent Eddie here. It is Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. My NBA confident picks are hitting 81% this season. My WNBA confident picks are 79%. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for daily picks before tip-off on the day of the game, and remember, always check injuries and matchup news before you put any money on anything, because data only tells you part of the story. My goal is to help you make more informed and statistically grounded decisions. My data set is focused on moneyline picks, but my commentary, that could be useful for spread and over-under bets. I'm still in Detroit, so it's bad cameras and bad lighting in a business class hotel, but data doesn't care about any of that. Let's get on with Wednesday's games. First, it is Lynx versus Storm. Lynx got a suboptimal pick with a 1.784 differential and a 63% chance to win by my data. Sportsbooks have Lynx at 4-point favorites and are giving them a 67% chance to win. The Lynx are killing it, and they're heading into this game undefeated with a 9-0 record. As a team, the Lynx are nearly flawless, and there's really only 1 point in my data set where they're not in the top half of the league. Plus, they're coming in with a completely healthy roster, which is what you want. The Storm, they're gaining momentum. They've won the last couple games, including a really solid road victory. However, they've been kind of inconsistent sometimes, and that's a concern against an elite team like the Lynx. And they're also more vulnerable in a couple of areas where the Lynx aren't. Adding to this question mark is their roster's not 100%. The Lynx already defeated the Storm less than 2 weeks ago, and with their dominant two-way play and no injury concerns, they appear to be poised to maintain their perfect record in this game. So I'm taking the Lynx on the money line. I might recommend taking Lynx against the spread, provided it doesn't go any higher than 4.5 points. I wouldn't take the over or under here. I'd stay away from the over/under. All right. Next game we've got Wings versus Mercury. That's going to be, well, let's get on with it. Mercury get a suboptimal pick with a differential of 1.75. That's a 63% chance to win by my data. Sportsbooks are favoring Mercury as 5.5-point favorites, and they're giving them an implied 71% chance to win there. Books are more confident than I am. This game features two teams on very different trajectories. The Mercury are coming in with a strong 6-4 record, really solid on their home court. Defensively, they're not bad. Most everything else, I mean, they're not lighting the world on fire, but they're not terrible at anything, right? On the flip side of that, you've got the Wings, and they're really struggling. Their offense has been on the good side of bad. That's about the best you can say. And their defense is among the league's worst. They don't rebound badly, and they maintain reasonable control of the ball. But, I mean, there's not enough there, right? They're also dealing with some significant injuries. That's going to impact their depth and ability to find some consistent secondary scoring. While they do have a notable advantage on the boards, right, that's admirable, their overall defensive vulnerabilities present a major challenge for them in this game. This matchup looks like a highlight reel for the Mercury in the making. The home court advantage for Phoenix further tips the scales in their favor. I've got to take Mercury on the money line for my data. I'd say the 5.5 points against the spread for Mercury is manageable, provided it doesn't go any further than that. Probably. As for the over-under, all things considered, I'd probably take the under, right? Wrapping up the WNBA, it's Sparks versus Aces. Aces get a suboptimal pick with a 1.85 differential and a 64% chance to win by my data. Sportsbooks are more generous, favoring the Aces, and they have them as 11-point favorites with an implied win probability of 87%. Look, Aces are good. They're really good. So I can see where they're coming from on the book side with such a big number. But I have to go with what my data tells me to go by. And in my data set, there's enough stuff in between these two teams that are kind of close, and that's why the differential is as close as it is, and the win probability by my data is lower than what the books have. There's a reason for it. The Sparks are coming off a solid road win against the Wings. They showed some real offensive prowess with a strong field goal percentage and great three-point shooting. However, the Sparks have just had some serious defensive inconsistencies, particularly with rebounding and allowing assists, and I mean, they're still without a couple of key players right now. The Aces are a powerhouse on paper, but they're coming off a surprising blowout loss to the Valkyries. Their offense has been a bit of a disappointment this season, all things considered, struggling with field goal percentage and poor assist-to-turnover ratio. The Aces are also dealing with some front court depth issues due to injuries on their own. While the Aces previously dominated the Sparks, Las Vegas has shown some vulnerabilities recently. The Sparks are looking to capitalize on that, and why wouldn't they? I have to go with the Aces on the money line, but I got to tell you, I kind of like the Sparks against the spread, unless that spread shrinks below 10 points. As for the over-under, both teams can score points. I'd lean toward the over unless it goes into the 168.5 neighborhood. And now for the NBA Championship Finals Game 3, Thunder versus Pacers. Thunder get a danger pick with a 2.967 differential, equating to a 57% chance to win by my data. Sportsbooks are favoring Thunder as 5.5-point favorites and give them an implied 68% chance to win. The Thunder, coming in off a dominant 123-107 win in Game 2, are looking to take control of this series. In that game, they stuck to their winning recipe, securing a victory that wasn't really close, leading by 18 points at halftime and 19 entering the fourth quarter. Oklahoma City's offense is efficient, always have been, and they were strong at the free throw line, converting 29 of 33. Defensively, they forced 15 turnovers, 10 steals, holding the Pacers to mediocre shooting. The Pacers, despite their Game 2 loss, they're known for their resilience and ability to mount a comeback. In Game 1, they erased a double-digit lead late in that game, and they won, right? Great finish to that game. While Game 2 saw them toss around a bit, they got beat up. They still managed to score 33 points in each of the last 2 quarters, but it wasn't enough. Too little, too late. The Pacers' scoring balance was evident again, with 7 players scoring between 11 and 17 points. Defensively, they are decidedly weaker overall, and they've struggled with rebounding. They surrendered 45 boards per game. They're 6-2 at home in 2025 playoffs. Sadly, I'll be in the air when that game begins, but it should be a great one. I'm jealous if you can watch it. I'm taking the Thunder on the money line because my data says so. I am leaning on taking the Thunder against the spread, provided it doesn't go beyond 6 points. I would also consider the over. I think you're gonna be scoring a lot of points here. These teams can score, right? And there's gonna be high energy. So anyway, quick recap: Cincinnati confident picks. We don't got any of those. Nothing. There's nothing there for that. Suboptimal picks. We got 3 of them: Lynx, Mercury, Aces. Danger moneyline picks. Thunder for parlays. I like to include confident picks, and we don't have any. But I will always be okay with up to a 3-leg parlay with odds ranging between -400 to -450 odds. Do that on your own, and your win probability remains above 50%, which is what you want. Regardless of what you choose, I never recommend more than a 3-leg parlay due to the risks of combined probabilities, and never spend more than 10% of your bankroll in total in a day across all your wagers, and never chase losses, friends. If you need help with a gambling problem, check out my channel subscription. So thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit the like, subscribe, tap the bell to get my picks before tip-off on the day of the game. Follow me on Cincinnati Picks on Instagram, Facebook, X, Cincinnati Picks spelled P-I-X. You can look for me on TikTok at decent.eddies.picks. I'll post updated team grades, which I did, I think, yesterday. And if I have any last-minute thoughts, I'll put them there. Let's see what happens. This is Cincinnati signing off. Have an awesome day. I should be back home tomorrow, and you'll see my beautiful, spacious living space, and everything will be back to normal until the next week when I'm in Dallas. Bye.